Hey guys, somebody give me a sound check. Let me know if you hear me okay. And live. Hi. Lee, Shiraz, everybody is good. We're gonna start the show in just a little bit. I'm gonna go back to my screen. So you guys are seeing everything, that it's all looking good, and that in YouTube, and you guys are good to go as far as the screen and everything else, right? I'm gonna go. I'm just gonna put this over here. I'm gonna kind of follow everybody on another feed here. Just give me a second. I'm setting this up as I go along. So bear with me a sec here, guys. View your channel, and I want to see this live. Okay, cool. You guys see me? Everybody's good. Okay. Hey. Good to have you guys with us. I'm very excited. This is the start, I hope, of something really beautiful and really cool, which is going to be our kind of a Tuesday, Wednesday, absolutely free get together on YouTube Live every single week, with the exception of next week when I'm going to be off for a spring break vacation, Passover. But today and tomorrow, we're going to trade my two favorite instruments, NASDAQ and gold. Today, we're going to sort of supposed to focus on NASDAQ, tomorrow on gold, but honestly, we'll probably be trading both of them at the same time. I'm going to walk you through everything that we do. But first of all, let me say hello to everybody. Tell me where you guys are from. Type in and just let me know where you guys are coming to me from all over the world. And I will be, I'll be with you in just 1 second. I'm going to set up all my charts here so that you guys can really see everything that's going on here. So I want to go, I want to go to my, sorry. Okay. Houston, Texas, Indonesia, and South Africa. Wow, all over the place. Nice, France. Oh, Nice matin. I love Nice. And Pakistan. Wow. What time is it in Pakistan, Shiraz? Morocco, Romania, Florida. I think of between Morocco, Romania, and Florida, Florida is by far the most exotic place over there that I see. Hi, guys. Good to see you. Cocoa Beach, Florida. Also, Malaysia. Wow, wonderful. Good to be with you guys. I'm going to show you lots of different things. We're going to do lots of different trades. Market opens up in about 15 minutes. So before the market opens up, I'm going to actually walk you through a couple of trades that already were done in the BK trade room using our indicators. And by doing that, I'm going to explain to you the various strategies that we use for trading. So the first strategy that we love to do is something called the big strategy. I'm actually going to show this to you on gold. I'm going to show you the big strategy on gold, although we're gonna do this over here, set this up, and $87 right there. Sorry, let me it took so long to make that strategy go that I have to compress the chart. So I'm going to explain to you the big strategy, which is like a great strategy for those of you who just want to do one trade per day, which is not what I'm going to do with you. I'm going to do 1,000 trades with you today, because if you're a degenerate trader, you're going to love trading with me. But gold on a big scale strategy is a very simple strategy. This is a strategy that we use. We're going to do this for NASDAQ. We're going to do this for Dow. I'm going to show you how those set up. It's basically the beginning of the most active time for that particular instrument. With gold, it's really the European session. That's when Asia, gold is really an instrument that Asia and Europe love to trade. As you can see, lots of liquidity there, lots of vol there. And all we're going to do, it's a super simple strategy, because the key to trading very often is not what you trade, but when you trade it. We're looking for the big move at the prime time of the particular instrument. So for gold, the prime time starts around 3 o'clock in the morning, New York. All the prices, all the times you see here are New York times, because I'm broadcasting to you from New York, obviously. So these are East Coast times. So gold really is sort of a prime time for gold is 3 to 6 in the morning. And we're looking for nothing more than the big impulse move between the 10 period and the 100 period SMAs on the 1 minute chart. So as you can see here, the 10 period takes out the 100 period, the long short-term moving average goes up. We get long gold for $6. Now this trade takes a while to kind of develop. It kind of churns and churns and churns, but that impulse move in gold gets done, and you are banked for 60 ticks or $6 on gold. So that was a trade in gold today, right? Another trade that we like to do during this particular time is the German. For those of you who are in Europe or trading trading that time. So let's get this organized. Sorry, let me just set up. I have to do the German settings. So we'll do the German settings. And actually, right now, as I'm speaking, we have a sell signal on the Dow. But here the German trade. I'm just going to run you through the German trade. Really should start at 4 o'clock in the morning. I started this at 3 o'clock in the morning, which is inaccurate. If you took it at 3, you had the first trade was a stop out. You got stopped out for 25 ticks. But then the second trade, which was a sell trade, made money. So 1 win, 1 loss on the German today. The gold was a win. You see how simple it is? All we're trying to do is just find that big move. Now, as I'm speaking to you right now, we literally got the signal on the Dow. So I'm going to take you to the Dow and show you how that signal is developing right now on the big side. The U.S. session is from 9 o'clock until 11 o'clock. That's the prime time window. So, if there's nothing else you kind of can learn from this, is you find the prime time window, you find the directional move just through very, very simple moving average crossovers, nothing complex. It doesn't have to be complex to make you money. It just has to be correct. And as you can see right now, the gold signal gave us a short signal. The moving average is crossed over here to the downside, 31.90. The target is going to be 150. It's a 50-point target in gold with a 50-point stop. Let's see how that plays out. This is the gold futures that I'm showing you right now. That's the trade that we have. My able partner right now, Kathy, also posted a channel in chat that gives you access to our free Telegram channel. Be sure, if nothing else, you can join that Telegram channel. Hang out with us. We post all sorts of very, very valuable information there, as far as market research, ideas, even sometimes trading psychology stuff that I put down that people really, really enjoy. So overall, lots of interesting stuff. Just be sure we're going to give you lots of free stuff to explore with yourself. Now, so just to kind of summarize, we had a winning trade in gold. We had 1 winning, 1 losing trade in the German, the DAX 40. We are in trade right now in the US 30 or in the Dow Jones. And taking a look at NASDAQ based upon the big configuration, started over here. No, this needs to be NASDAQ. It's the wrong configuration. Sorry. NASDAQ is also, I believe, a short. Yes, NASDAQ is a short at 17,883. Targeting, it's a 25-point target. So it would be, what is that? 83 minus 25, 63, 58. So if we hit 58, we're at 72. If we hit 58, that's going to be a completed trade too. So just to kind of start off our trading journey today, these are the big trades. These, we just do them once. Or if there happens to be a second signal between 9 and 11 o'clock. So for example, maybe there's a big turn in price and the moving averages completely cross to the other side. Okay, we'll take that flow too. But the primary idea, the thing that we do that makes this such a powerful trade, is we're just trading flow. This is the flow. The flow is to the downside. You see the markets are very negative today. The flow is very much to the downside in equities. That's where it goes, okay? So that's big. That's a great strategy. Tomorrow, I'm also going to show you end of day, but this is sort of our positional strategy. What I want to do with you today is what we do every single day in our room, which is I'm going to scalp. I'm going to scalp like a maniac here. And to do that, I'm going to use our BK scalper. By the way, in case you're wondering, all of these indicators that you see on the chart, they're all written by me. They're all proprietary to BK. They are not available anywhere on TradingView. And if you want them, it's very, very simple. If you just simply join us over here, the links are in the chat in the top, and I'll put more links there. You join us, you get access to all of these indicators that give you. You can see they're not indicators; they're actually strategies. They tell you entries with stops and targets. I could even tell you what the stop on this is if I wanted to display stops on the chart, and it will tell you everything you need to know in order how to enter and run the trade. So feel free to come join me. We do this as a program to help people pass their prop test or run their small account on a daily basis using all the scalping techniques that I'm using. So let's switch to our bread and butter indicator, which is scalper all day. And this is an indicator that's incredibly interesting. So I have it here both on gold and NASDAQ. I'm going to do one chart at a time right now to kind of get you acclimated to the idea. So really, really cool indicator. I made this myself. I'm going to explain to you the basic mechanics of it. Don't worry if you don't quite get everything. If you come to join us at Pass the Prop, you'll be I'll be able to explain to you everything. The great thing about, by the way, sort of like this program that Pass the Prop is you get to trade with me, and then once a week, including tonight, the session is always on Tuesdays. You get to have a full coaching session where we deconstruct all of these strategies in full detail and help you implement them. So this is a strategy that is our bread and butter strategy called the BK scalper, and couldn't be simpler in terms of its underlying premise. This is the 8th period SMA. That's all you need in order to trade the market well. You just want to be on the right side of the 8th period SMA. Now, the strategy has a couple of other interesting analytical inputs on there. So this is actually, let me put this we're on NQ. Just make sure that I'm on NQ. We want to put this, let me just do this 1 second. I want to do this, let's say buy, or maybe even sell only today. Today's going to be sell only. I just want to set some of the conditions for here. So the indicator trades the 8th period SMA, and it can trade it within trend or without trend. If it wants to trade with trend, it would obviously only trade to the short side. The trend, as you can see right now, again, proprietary way we can calculate trend, is bearish for 2,500 bars, right? Trend has been bearish for about 2.5, 3 days. So we're pretty negative NASDAQ. Now, what's cool about this is you can trade with trend or you can trade against trend. These red candles are super extensions away from the moving average. So when the price stretches out by more than 7 basis points, that gives you a signal that there's a lot of selling going on. And conversely, when the price extends the other way, on the green side by some points, that tells you that there's a lot of directional flow in that way. I'm going to show you how we use them in a very, very interesting way. But what you'll notice is that because the trend is bearish over here, you're only seeing the dumpster fire. This is the bearish signal. It's only marking the red candles because it's telling you if you want to trade with trend, you want to trade these bearish dumpster fire signals, right? Now, if I were to change this to gold, where the trend is bullish, let me just trade this to gold. What you will see is that instead of dumpster fire signals, you see these little rocket fires. And again, it's telling you that if you want to trade with trend, you just trade these rocket fire signals, right? So I'm going to show you a whole bunch of ways that we're going to trade this. Sorry, let me and I'm going to clean up the chart for you so that we're going to take the table off, because that tells you basically the analytics that we need to do. Now you see the green window is the window of opportunity for us to start trading, right? So here's gold. Gold is actually, recovering from the lows, doing really, really well. We're going to take labels off of this so we have nothing to distract us on this chart. And I'm going to show you how we're going to scalp both gold and NASDAQ, contingent on what the price action is showing us. What's going on right now? So obviously what you're seeing right now is a very, very bullish construct in gold, right? We have a rockets, red fire. And what I love to do when I have a excuse me, a rockets red fire kind of a move here is whenever the price dips below the moving average, like you see over here, I'm going to mark this over here. Let's see if I can do this over here with a mark over here. It dips below and then recovers the moving average, I will go long. So right now I sort of have to be a little bit patient on gold because gold is just rocketing so high through the sky. Now conversely, looking at I'll move this up here. We're looking at NASDAQ. It's a dumpster fire. It's a negative trade, right? So here, what I want to do is the exact opposite. As long as I have price going lower after the dumpster fire signal, so that means it's moving through the moving average and it's coming down, I'm going to be selling. I'm going to be looking for opportunities to sell. So over here, this is the candle that loses the moving average. I believe this one actually is the one. This one more or less loses the moving average. So I would have been a seller here at 90 and try to cover the trade over here as it goes along. So very, very simple. I want to generally stay on the side of the trend as long as I'm making lower lows on the dumpster fire, as long as I'm making higher highs on the rocket fuels. Now, that's not the only way we can make money. Will I go counter trend? Absolutely. Now, what time is it? Oh, it's 9:28. We're almost opening up. I'm going to show you some really, really cool, low risk way to go counter trend as well. So like right now, let's just focus on NASDAQ. Let me go into my trade mode here, go into my orders. And we will, we'll watch the price action carefully, see what we got here. So right now, market opened up. Market is actually not that negative. I thought it'd be it feels more negative than it is. Only down two basis points in NASDAQ. We are below the moving average. We got no trades here. We're waiting for price to either come back up above here and maybe show us a rally, and I'll show you how we're going to take advantage if it's a rally, or come back and then fail the moving average, and then we're going to try and see if we're going to sell it down. I am absolutely looking for closes. Absolutely closes. It's not a trade unless it closed. The candle must close below. You never trade mid candle. The rule number one. Many times I can't tell you how many times you're going to get burnt trading mid candle, because what you want is the candle to close, because that will give you the signal, at least the confirmation that the signal at least is worthwhile for that time frame. Right now. Right now, the market is really trying to consolidate. It's the first 10, 15 minutes. We may not have anything interesting going on in NASDAQ, and I'll switch over to gold right now. Now, gold is interesting. So gold is now sort of like, let's watch gold because this is, I think, a more interesting setup for us right now. It's a rocket fuel positive trade. We're within striking distance of the 2400. Again, remember, gold has been really trying to attach that 2400 level quite a long time. It's consolidating a little bit. Let's see if we get the next couple of candles, if any of these candles can actually come back and retake the 8-period SMA. And if they do, we're going to go long gold with a $2 stop, $2 target, the 21. And we'll see. Now we have 35 seconds left on this candle. No move, no trades. Want the candle to complete in order for us to actually do something here. Because you see how the candle can fake you out into thinking that it's recovering the moving average, and in fact it's not. Would you like me to make the moving average a little bit thicker? I think I could do that. Let me go into settings. And I think we can go to style. Is this it? I think it's the moving average. Yeah, maybe this. Maybe it's a little thicker like this. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's the moving average. This makes it a lot easier for you guys to see, right? The moving average is a little bit better. Hi, Miguel. Good to see you. Is everybody clear on what I'm showing you and what I'm doing here, right? Very good. So watching the moving average got no retake unless we able to take out the moving average. We got no trades. You see, by the way, and by the way, you know, it's not like this is going to work all the time. You can see that it takes out the moving average here. Doesn't quite go over here. On the next trade over here, it does move higher. As long as we're making higher lows and we're taking out the moving average, we're going to stay to the direction of the trend. We're going to stay to that direction. Oh, that's good. I'm glad you like it. Anything, any visual issues you guys have, let me know in comments. I'm happy to adjust. I'm glad you guys really like the moving average. I'm trying to, dark mode really shows up well on this chart. Just to kind of summarize, we're in rocket fuel territory, but, and this is a really interesting thing. What's happening over here? We can't get it up. The price can't get it up. So if this is a way for us to trade both sides of the market on a scalping basis. If we kind of fail over here, right, and then rally on a lower high and then break that lower high, we're going to short. We're going to short off the signal. Like right now, they're kind of just testing the ground. And I'm actually going to go. Let's go to. Let me take this off here for a second. Give ourselves a little bit more space. We're just going to look at both NASDAQ and, damn it, I have gold on both. Let me just bear with me a second. I'm going to put NASDAQ over here. NASDAQ over here, right? Okay. And I'll take this off, and this will give us a better view. NASDAQ, as you can see, is very, very lackluster. Now, here's the interesting thing about NASDAQ, right? So NASDAQ is in a continuous low move, right? Continuous low move. Here's what I love to do a reversal. By the way, gold is losing it. So you see how good it was. Just forget the fact that I didn't have a trade. I didn't have a bad trade. You see how good it is that I didn't do any trades here. I didn't just simply follow the rocket blindly, because right now it's actually doing lots and lots of profit taking and consolidation. Buying over here would have been stupid. You want to stay on the right side of the 8-period moving average most of the time. That is really the way that you want to be betting. Now, what I want to show you over here on the NASDAQ side, as you're watching this particular chart, is we're consolidating. We're finding some sort of a bottom. But what's interesting but not valuable to us is that this bottom is still making lower lows. Now, if I get a pattern where NASDAQ kind of consolidates, maybe goes a little bit lower, and then retakes the moving average off a higher low, like right somewhere over here, well, that's a money trade. That's a trade I want to do. I want to do that trade long. But until and unless I have a kind of a counter trend trade that confirms to me that the sellers are done, that they've kind of puked out, there's no more downside price action, I got nothing to do. I'm just watching very carefully. And doing this, I'm basically not random trading. I'm keeping this. I really did this for my own good, to keep me out of stupid trades, to just to keep me out of impulse trades. By forcing myself to stay on the right side of the trend, I am, not that it's always going to work, but what it's going to do is it's definitely going to keep you on the right side of the trades. I'm making the moving average on this go bear. Now, I kind of, while I was talking about this, I sort of missed the trade that I had, which was the downside trade in NASDAQ. I was looking for a reversal trade, but we actually had a very, very decent downside trade here to the downside which I could have taken because it was a lower high over here. We broke the moving. We came up, broke the moving average to the downside. So we'll look for more opportunities there. In the meantime, gold really collapsing quite a lot here. So I should, my biggest weakness, and I'm sure it's a weakness of everybody else, is I love to trade the turn trade when in fact the trend trade is the much easier trade. This was a good trend trade. I missed this opportunity to sell this over here, right over here, because I was talking too much. But it's okay. We got plenty of time, plenty of trades to do here. So just watching the price action, gold pretty much unwinding the whole move to 95 to 87. That's a pretty ugly move. That means the U.S. session really doesn't like the 2400 level. Asia really ran it up to 2400. Lots of enthusiasm. Everybody was, I feel like everybody in Asia and Europe is bullish gold, and everybody in the U.S. is trying to sell tops. It's or at least the U.S. session, not maybe U.S. as a country, but U.S. session seems to be that session where they like to sell tops, and cover it up. So, watching consolidation here both ways. NASDAQ is finding a little bit of a bottom here. So what I'm interested in is now there's two trades here. You could take a dangerous trade, which you could say look, they made a V-shaped bottom. I'm just gonna make they recovered the moving average. I'm just gonna take this trade, which is actually not a horrible idea. And okay, we'll take a punt here. Definitely a punt. This is not one of my better trades, but I promised I was going to do lots of trades with you guys. I want to show you the basic setups of how this goes. If it doesn't work, we'll try it again when the setup is proper. But the idea here is we're taking the moving average, 10 seconds to go. I actually rushed the trade. I should have waited. As you will notice that in so much of my live trading, look at this, and I made a huge mistake. This trade is going to stop me out. This is my own undoing because I rushed the trade. You see that the candle did not close above the moving average. So paid the price. It's fine. We'll come back. We'll come back with another trade when it sets up. So we got 43 seconds. Let's see if this can hold the moving average and trade higher. If it doesn't, there's no trade. Gold is recovering the moving average, but it made fresh lows. So I'm actually interested in gold as a sell rather than a buy. And I'm watching gold here. And if gold kind of comes back up, unless gold comes back and recovers this high, if it comes back below the moving average, I want to be a seller. So I got how many? 11 seconds on NASDAQ. Let's see if NASDAQ wants to make a run. I'm going to wait very, very patiently here on NASDAQ. 3, 2, 1. Okay, I'm long NASDAQ, targeting 90. The stop is 49. Again, not a perfect trade, but at least it's a better trade than before because I actually was patient enough to wait for the entry. NASDAQ is definitely a negative trade. I'm just trying to trade the bounce here, not the highest probability of trades you can find. And I'm probably going to pay the price for this because what I really want is a kind of a double bottom in NASDAQ. I wanted to find some support and get some double bottom. Let's see if I'm if the trading gods are lucky for us and we can get some some upside movement here. Gold, I'm watching. Gold is recovering the moving average. I'm watching actually to see if it will fail. We're gonna set ourselves to order on gold. Kind of set myself up just if it ready for if it fails. NASDAQ is consolidating, not surprising. Still a lot of selling pressure in NASDAQ, and could easily take us out to the lows. What would be the proper trade is, we take it out, come back below, come back again on a higher low, and that's fine. Gold is rocking higher, so I'm going to let it go. That's good. No entries for us on gold. Gold found found a little life here. But this was not a great trade on gold, which is why I didn't go long on it, because it broke the lows here. So not a trade that I feel highly confident in. Somebody's saying to me, Denise saying to me, BOJ Intervention 155. It's funny. I was just talking about this in the Trading Battle show. Gold is breaking out, another rocket in gold. Now, rocket, this is a pretty decent rocket. So if I get a rocket, a dip below the moving average, maybe somewhere over here, and a recovery, then I'll go long gold. I'll totally change my mind and change my direction. I'm letting the market tell me how I want to position myself. I don't have a preconceived notion. NASDAQ is just, struggling is the right word. It's consolidating and struggling, depending on your point of view. So it's really not moving up and down high enough. And I'll be honest with you, NASDAQ has been a much more difficult trade for me than gold has been. Gold has been a much easier trade. If you really want to make money scalping, gold is your instrument. Whether you go long or short, it's just a much better trading instrument. So NASDAQ takes us out, loses its loses case. Now, what I want to be watching here is, okay, so gold is coming back down. I'm watching gold again. There's nothing to do. NASDAQ is a straight down trade. You see this moving average? It's continued. It hasn't even flattened out. So there's literally no reason for me to go long. I'm just making consecutive bad trades on NASDAQ. I'm watching gold now on the buy side, because how much time do I have? 25 seconds. Now gold has touched the moving average. And I'm kind of actually interested in running. It's running away from me a little bit. Yeah, unfortunately, it touched the moving average, but the trade is too far away right now for us to come back. Yeah, this is the 8-period moving average that I'm watching. Gold kind of moved away. The trade here would have worked, but it just was, it was just too steep a correction for me to want to participate in. NASDAQ doing yet another stretch away from the moving average, more downside pressure, more selling. It looks like they really want to take the 820 level. It's probably going to be before we get to the 800 level that we see any semblance of consolidation. All right, so I'm watching gold because what I want to see is gold dip below the moving average and come back and recover it. If I do that, then I'm going to be long gold. Why am I using the 8-period SMA? Because it's when you're scalping, it's one of the better. It's the best expression of where the balance of the market is. So if you're on the upper side of it, if you're scalping for 20 points on NASDAQ, you're going to be on the right side of the market. If you're scalping for $2 or $3 on gold, you're going to be on the right side of the market. It's just a simple, easy, clean instrument. You don't need to make your life complex to make it successful. It's just sort of my whole point with trading with you guys on YouTube, is to show you how easy it is to just use very simple techniques as long as you time it and position it correctly. So gold is underneath the SMA, but not recovering. NASDAQ just continues to the downside. Watching gold 19, 18, 19 seconds. Not holding the moving average. If it comes back up above, I'll be a buyer. If it doesn't, we're going to wait for the next candle. Let's see if it can consolidate. All right, I'm a buyer of gold here on this recovery of the moving average. Let's see if the yellow metal is kind to us as it's been in the past. I'll take myself out at 92 just because, here's another interesting thing that I sort of want to explain to you. When you're scalping, right, it's as much an emotional and physical event as it is a intellectual one. What I mean by that is when you see me trade, I'm trading real prices, real markets, real dollars, right? None of this is pre-formatted, perfect trades that you see in back mirror of how things should work. This is how things actually work. And one of the more important things about how things actually work is, if you had a couple of stupid losers like I had, you want to create a winner. Not even, it doesn't have to be a perfect winner. It just needs to be a winner to get yourself back in the rhythm, to get you back on the right side of the market, right? So here I also saw that gold was sort of very, very spiky here. As you can see, I have the patience of Job. Yes, maybe I would have gotten the full 2 points, but I got 1.5 points. I'm good enough. What you see with me, what you'll see with when I'm trading live is that I have a framework, and not every trade is perfect. But at the end of the day, the account is positive. That's the most important thing. Like, in other words, don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good. This isn't furu trading. This is real trading in real market conditions. And in real market conditions, like in real business, like in war, like in everything else, it's not about having a perfect plan. It's about having a good enough execution to win, right? So I just kind of wanted to explain to you. This is a 1 minute time frame. 1 minute time frame. We're trading the 1 minute time frame. We got NASDAQ and gold on two charts. NASDAQ is finally creating a small little bottom. I should have just done nothing in NASDAQ and waited until I've actually got it on bottom. So what I want to do, if I'm actually going to go long NASDAQ, see, the mistake I made is that, I should have been short NASDAQ all the way down. But, I was focusing on trying to buy the bottom. The only way I'm going to buy the bottom in NASDAQ now is if it comes back below, maybe over here, higher, makes a higher low, and then turns back up. Only then is that going to be a legitimate buy candle for me on NASDAQ. But for now, we got no trades in NASDAQ. And you can see that my alert here, and by the way, you see how I dumped my gold, and gold is kind of dumping back down. I actually, sorry, you know what? I'm gonna sell gold right now. Let's see if I can. I'm selling gold right now. I'm a little bit late, and again, I'm chasing the trade, and that's it's always a little bit of a flaw of mine because I'm always a little bit more impulsive than I should be. So yeah, I was too late. But the thought is correct, and I'm gonna play this thought again, because you see how gold made a lower high here. So I should have sold it over here. It's fine. I'm gonna do it again. I think it's. I'm gonna watch this again. If it breaks the moving, if it stays below the moving average, I'm gonna sell it again. Yeah, I'm gonna sell it again. Again, I'm chasing. It just. I'm not giving myself enough room on the stops. It's very, very spiky against me. But my vibe on gold is that it's made a lower high. It's going to break lower here. It's going to break lower here. My only mistake is that I got bad execution. I should have sold over here because I was watching NASDAQ, and I sold down here. But I'm pretty confident that gold is going to break lower. The only thing that's going to take me out is just my stop is too tight. But I never move my stops. If I get hit, I'll just come back again with another trade. I don't care. I'd rather get stopped on a short stop than get myself move my stops. It's a deadly, deadly habit. We're not trading currencies. We're not trading. This is not about. This is not. We trade futures and gold here. That's all. So I don't even look at currencies, guys. This is pure scalping, pure price action. You want to trade currencies? You got to trade with my partner Kathy. I don't trade FX. So I want to teach you a way to trade futures or CFDs on the indices that I think is much more. Currencies, you'll do one trade a year. In here, you know what? I don't think I have a TP. You know what? I'm gonna take myself out plus 10 ticks because I did not have a target here. Let me make sure that it's the other thing that I want to make sure is I don't have any. Yeah. Okay. So you see, by the way, you see how my short worked out. You see how I had absolutely the right idea. So I sold, I sold one at 90. I sold one at 89, and I bought it back at 89 over here. That was absolutely the correct thing to do, right? So let me see if I'm not holding any positions, right? No, let me just make sure. Orders, working, inactive, working, nothing. Okay, good. All right, we're all there. Yeah, I made the move from forex to futures, right? Real traders trade. No, I love FX. Don't get me wrong, I love FX, but real men trade gold and NASDAQ futures. That's my view. By the way, look how I'm dumping. But one of the things you guys are gonna love when you trade with me is that I am the sacrificial lamb. I'm always early. My trades are always 1/10 of what they could possibly be, and everybody who trades with me in the room kind of uses me as the entry signal, and then they milk the hell out of the trade. So I'm sure guys who are watching me now, like Miguel and everybody else, got $4 or $5 out of this trade where I managed to get $1.50. But that's what I'm here for. I'm the lead. I'm the lead mule of the army. You follow me. Usually, you follow me, you're going to do much better than if you actually copy me. So that's another thing you might want to learn while you're trading with me. So here's what I want to show you about NASDAQ, right? Because I'm an inveterate bottom picker, top picker. This is my biggest weakness. But if you're going to do it correctly. So what's happening over here? The SMA finally turned up, right? Finally, I have at least a reason, at least a effing reason to consider longs in NASDAQ. So if NASDAQ dips below SMA, does not breach this price low over here, comes back up, only then should I be trading this. And by the way, what I tell you about gold, I said gold did not make the highs. It looks negative. That was a great short, right? I mean, I hope you guys banked $5, $6 out of this gold because instead of me banking $1.50. But that's what I'm here for. I'm here to make you profits while I sacrifice my own. It's always. I'll be honest with you. It's always when I'm trading by myself and I have peace and quiet. It's always much easier. When you're trading in front of an audience and you're trying to juggle a million things, I'm just trying to stay alive. I'm just trying to stay in the game. So use me as a gauge. Jimbo, what are you asking me about the buy SMA? We're not going to buy the SMA unless we dip below, come back up above. That's the story. That's the story with NASDAQ, right? Let me just get big on the screen just to kind of show you. And by the way, I hope you guys will enjoy the fact that my charts, by the time we're done, every single time I'm going to trade with you, it's going to look like the St. Valentine's Day massacre. We're going to do tons of trades because that's what it's all about. I'm not one of those traders that goes, oh, I'm going to choose one tiny little trade and bullshit with you guys for an hour about the sun and St. Tropez. I want you guys to see setups and do setups over and over and over again because it's the only way you're going to get trading muscle memory. So kind of review over here what I did here. The buy trade over here worked perfectly. The sell trade over here should have been over here. I made the trade sell trade over here, got stopped out, came back on the sell trade. The second trade sell, worked very well. Now I got nothing to do. Now I'm just waiting for gold to rally back up above the SMA and then maybe dump again because now it's making lower lows. I'm negative bias gold, but until I get any, now it's just stretching away. Now we're just dumping, huge in the U.S. session. In the meantime, NASDAQ is doing the exact opposite. After dumping on the open, we finally recovered And this is a typical thing. NASDAQ is doing the 9 o'clock to 9:45 liquidation. And now I have to be very patient. I have to, if I truly want to trade the turn, I got to see NASDAQ come back and come back up above. Until then, I got no trades, right? No chase trades. No chase trades. Let's stay, stay in the game. The smart thing I should have done, we were negative NASDAQ. NASDAQ is still negative bid. I should have just simply looked for every breach of the SMA. Here would have been great. Well, I came in at around 916. That would have been great. This would have been great. All of these trades would have been great. I just, I'm stubborn, looking for bottoms. Learn from my mistakes. Bottoms only occur when you actually see a freaking bottom on the SMA. All right, let's go see what's going on with gold. Gold is doing nothing. So we can chat a little bit. So you could say that, it made a perfect retracement, but, it made that retracement in retrospect, right? What if it broke down through that? Then the fib would have failed. It's fine. I'm no HFT Momo. Correct. Nothing. There's not much momentum today. Slow, kind of a little bit of a slow day, of course. And that's why I said, gold is the money tree. Gold right now, if you're trading anything in the markets, gold is the money tree. It will, what makes a scalping instrument a money tree? One word: continuation. As long as you're on the right side of the market, it has continuation, you're making money, right? And gold has continuation. That's the secret sauce. That's the one ingredient that always makes you money. And what is the most toxic, poisonous ingredient? Right? Non-continuation. What's the opposite of continuation? Non-continuation, fake out. That's what happens. Whether you're long or short, there's no continuation. That's what stops you out, right? I don't watch anything. I don't need to know anything. I don't need to watch Barrick. I don't need to watch Weepen. Gold is the signal. It is the signal. All those guys are just derivatives of this signal, guys. Please trust me on this. And what I'm doing right now is I'm not making any fundamental bet on gold. If I was, I'd only be trading to the long side. And and as you saw, my big strategies, I was trading it to the long side. Those are big strategies. But when I'm scalping, I don't have an opinion. There is no opinion when you're scalping. There is reaction, right? That is why NASDAQ is second best at continuation, but it has sucked balls lately, right? That's what I'm saying. It was awesome. Right now, gold is the leader in continuation, right? That's the idea. There are no prop firms that trade options on futures because options are not they're a position instrument. They're not a tradable instrument. Gold is golden for the several months, right? Right, exactly. All right, so NAS touching, flirting with the 8-period SMA, right? Let's get interested in here. So we're going to go to buy on. Sorry, we're going to go to NASDAQ. And I'm watching this. So this candle over here, this is an interesting candle, 48.9 seconds. Well, if this candle closes above the SMA, I'll go long. What do we got? 41 seconds. Still got that time. Now, in the meantime, we're watching gold. Gold is weak. I mean, it's coming up over the SMA, but it's off of fresh lows. So if it rolls over, I want to be short gold. Okay, NASDAQ 20 seconds. Can it hold this miserable 8-period moving average? Can it do it for me? Let's see. 14, 15 seconds. I'm not going to pull the trigger until it proves to me it can actually hold this moving average. Three, two, one. All right, we're going to get long NASDAQ. All right. My nemesis at this point. So you can see now I'm long NASDAQ. 72 is a stop, 12 is a target. We'll let that trade marinate a little bit. And what am I looking for? I'm looking for continuation. I'm just looking for nothing special but continuation, right? You know what I'm going to do? You know me. Come on, baby. Take me out. Go. Again, I'm getting out early because I'm not, I hate NASDAQ. It hurt me twice. So I want to win. Now, what am I doing? I'm doing everything everybody tells you not to do. I'm letting my emotions rule me. I am not taking the proper risk reward ratios. I'm doing all this stuff. I am doing real trading, guys. I want to explain to you why I'm doing this. It doesn't matter that I made a couple of mistakes. I need a hit of dopamine to make me feel good. Now I can refocus and do it properly. I also, by the way, saw that that this thing is it's a negative trend, pretty sharp move, and it's spiky as fuck, right? So why do I want to give it a chance to take me out? If I didn't have these two trades behind me, I would have been perfectly okay to stay in a trade because that would have been a legitimate trade and I would have been patient enough. But because I had two bad trades behind me, this is kind of what I want to show you. I'm showing you psychology and trading at the same time. You cannot escape your psychology. You cannot suppress your psychology. And it's very, very important to trade to your psychology as it is to trade to your strategy. I'm staying within strategy. I'm honoring my stops. I'm honoring my entries, but I by no means trading perfectly. And I understand that. And because of that, I'm trying to get myself like a pilot into a more serene emotional state, right? So I got this back. I feel good. I'm watching gold. Gold is kind of consolidating. We're not breaking the SMA. There's the Rockets red glare right here, but the Rockets are at a much lower level. So let me show you. This is what I love to show you. Higher rockets mean great opportunity. So these rockets are high, right? It drops all the way to the bottom here, but doesn't break the low over here. You could take the move over here. That would have worked, but the real great move would have been over here. That worked. So now you have a lower rocket, right? Didn't break it, but when it broke down, when it corrects over here on the moving average, does not break this low. So still legitimate long trade. You go over here, you're fine. You're doing very, very well. Now you wait for the next rocket. This rocket, now here's the thing. This is a rocket that I would not have taken the trade, even though it worked. This is very, very important. Why would I not have taken this trade? Because it was a lower rocket than the prior, and the corrective move here breached the low. Not a high probability trade, even though it worked, right? So I would have passed on this trade. Now I have higher rockets over here. They extend me higher. They recover the moving average. I buy 91s. I can sell 93s over here for a 2. And then it comes back and corrects, but doesn't break the low, and I can get long over here, and that works really, really nicely as well. So this just sort of gives you, a little bit of a directional move here and helps you guide you through trading. Right now, this rocket is considerably lower than this rocket, and the jury is still out as to whether gold is a buy or a sell. If gold loses the 8 SMA, it's still a much bigger sell than it is a buy. If it starts to rebuild and we start going higher, yeah, then maybe I want to be long gold. In the meantime, the Dow just made a little bit of a counter trend move in the against still a declining negative trend trade. Now, what's interesting with the NASDAQ that I think will be interesting to see is if we correct over here and then come back, we never touch the low. Let's say we consolidate and come back up above for a second move against the moving average, I'll go back again. You see, since I'm going to be taking 5, 10, 20 trades, I don't care about any one particular trade. I just want to find the good trade. And that's going to give me lots and lots of opportunity without really giving me a tremendous amount of emotional cost, which is really important. Yeah, Visionary is saying if you don't trade your indicator, you can't trade. You're absolutely right. I'm trading my indicator. I'm just not trading it well. And what I'm trying to tell you is that when you're not trading it well, it's very, very important to trade as best as you can. In other words, don't make my whole argument is don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good, right? So here we're actually recovering the moving average. Look, I'm watching it. Are we? Let's see. We've got 22 seconds. Interesting. Let's watch this. This is a pretty bullish candle in NASDAQ, and maybe worthwhile for us to consider. Let's get active. 8-9 seconds. So far, not there. Not quite there. Not quite there. Not good enough for me. It may go on. The next candle may be good enough. We'll see. I'll trade that. I use no other charts. The only other thing that I'm using is the 1 hour chart that's giving me the 1 hour. The 1 hour trend in NASDAQ is negative, right? So NASDAQ, this was a push decision. I didn't want to. I'm trying to kind of show you the good trades. So I didn't want to take the gamble on this particular trade because it didn't quite hold the 8 SMA. But this was a nice clean run because you saw it. We consolidated at a higher level and held the SMA. Now we're still 18, 19 seconds. Let's see if this SMA holds. 13, 14, 11. All right, let's buy this. Let's kind of think of what this is basically showing us right now. It's showing us that NASDAQ had a big sell-off at the beginning. There was a recovery and a little bit of a consolidation now, and the buyers are trying to squeeze the sellers, right? And we have enough evidence for us to kind of trade this. And I'm going to take another trade. Oh, come on, did I get that? Yeah, I'm done. Okay, so I got another trade that I won. Now, you see, I'm doing fast trades. I'm doing kind of a little bit of quick exits. That's fine. You don't have to trade like me. What you do want to trade like is my entries. You want to, when I'm doing the correct entry, you want to follow my entry. Most of the guys who are following me right now are much more patient and are going to be able to squeeze out 20 points out of this trade instead of 12 points like I did. But it doesn't matter. I took, I'll take whatever points I can, because the key thing here is what I did correctly was I waited until all of my analysis was correct and I went into the trade, right? Like, as I said, I am generally, and we missed the gold trade. And this happens all the time. So you can't cry about this. Very often when you're scalping, you're focusing really primarily on one instrument. Today, we're supposed to be trading NASDAQ, so I'm kind of making gold secondary. Tomorrow we're going to make gold primary, and gold is going to be the primary instrument. Gold, as I said, is the money tree. We haven't had a losing trade in gold because that's the money tree. Remember, I said to you I want to be short gold. If I was short gold here at 84s, right? Maybe the vol would have actually taken me out. I'm not sure. 84. What is it? It's 84.5. Yeah. The vol would have taken me out, but I would have come back on the second trade over here, and I would have made the trade. Now, you can say to yourself, your stops are too tight. You're right directionally, but you're trading too tight, and you probably are correct. And if I was sort of trading a little bit more intelligently, what I would do is I would make my stops 4 and my targets 4. But since I know I don't have the patience to kind of hold for 4, I don't want to be stopped for 4. So I'd rather be stopped. If I'm going to get stopped, I get stopped. I'll recover. I'll take the trade back. Net, what you're going to see, the way I'm going to trade is I'm going to go 1-1, one loser, one winner, one loser, one winner, one winner, one winner, and then I'm net two winners to the good. That's how I trade. I'm perfectly okay. One winner, one loser, then net 2. People who are more selective may just simply say, I'm going to do one selective trade, one winner, one selective trade, one winner. In that sense, I'm always trading with a 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. So as long as I'm kind of like 1-1, I'm fine. I'm fine on my R&Rs. The critical thing isn't to trade like me, but to trade like my setup, to understand my setup, because you can see the power of the setups. I've called direction at least 10 times in the first 30 minutes of the hour. and I've been correct 8 out of those 10 times, right? And the times that I was incorrect was because I got slipped. It wasn't that I was correct on direction. It's just that it spiked out against me. You guys understand what I'm saying? Give me some yeses in the room. Talk to me, my friends. Don't make me feel lonely. Say hi to me. Thank you, Andre. Thank you. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Samson. You guys having a good time? This isn't like the this isn't like the YouTube trades that you get to see where you guy just talks about Rolling Stones or plays music in the background and does one tiny little trade for 2 ticks, right? Yeah, Scott, you're right. I mean, gold is negative, but I don't need to know that Barrick gold is down. I could just look at my ASMA, tell me all I need to know. What is a pocket option? What the F is a pocket option? Jesus Christ, that sounds like the most degenerate product there is. All right, so sorry we missed the gold short, but we'll focus much more on the gold tomorrow. Gold is rockets that are losing red glare. They're kind of losing their their umph. In the meantime, by the way, you see that the NASDAQ is so I'm long NASDAQ over here at the 88s, right? So here's my point. If I was long NASDAQ 88s and I was patient like all of you guys in the room, I would have easily had the 08s. That would have been a full trade, right? The difference is I took my trade in 1 minute. It took 5 minutes for my trade to resolve. But this was, you guys see the trade? Just kind of let me go full screen here on NASDAQ. You see the trade? Right over here. This is where we came in. You see all the prices are on the chart. There's no bullshit. All my prices are marked. So we came in here. I took it at the first minute, and it took about 4 or 5 minutes in order for me to hit my full target right there. That was just the latest of my directional trades. And why was this a good trade? Let's just look at this, because this is if you learn nothing from me, is that here's my indicator. The moving average was really down. We finally made the UE, right? And this is the lower low, the higher low, or whatever, the higher low, whatever the F it is. You know what I mean? It's basically higher. So when it recovers, that's your money trade. This is the money trade, right? This was the stupid trade. This is the money trade. And now we're going to recover. And everybody who's short and was like, oh, we're going to go down to zero, is just going to holding their member in their hands right now, as we say. So guys, lots of stuff to do here. Just kind of give you an idea. You can join me at Prop. You can get everything I do, all the indicators plus you can get the MT5 trading tools. If you're not a U.S. citizen and you're trading CFDs, this is all tradable on CFDs in a much better, much more mechanized, much more organized fashion, because we have written MT5 EAs that trade all these strategies for me, that automate a lot of these entries, that automate those big trades that I showed you at the beginning of the day, that automate end of day trades, which I'm going to show you tomorrow. And you can get all that for free just if you make a deposit with ACAP. So be sure to do that if you're interested. This is basically for non-Australian, non-US customers. Anybody who's outside of those jurisdictions literally can get everything you want from me. If you have a trading account now, all you need to do is take that trading account, move it to ACAP, and you get to trade with me for free with my indicators, which is awesome. And you don't like it, you can leave anytime. There's no obligation for you to stay, but you get a chance to do all that. And then last but certainly not least, my friends at Apex. This is what I'm trading right now. I'm trading my Apex prop account. This is like the second one where we're moving towards passing. The links are in the description. You can go hog wild. The greatest thing about Apex is that you can buy 10 of these things for the price of one account anywhere else. And then you can experiment, trade like I do, trade with much more, trade just only my big strategies, trade much more, relaxed for longer term trades. Whatever you do, you're going to be able to implement lots of different ways because you'll have so many options at your fingertips. You literally can buy 10 accounts for the price of one with this discount code, and it's just incredibly valuable. So that's what I do. These guys are awesome. I have my I already have my funded account. I've had in the last week and a half, we've had about at least $500,000 worth of funding from the members in BK that have gone through, that use all these techniques. And of course, if you really, really want to delve deep with me, okay, I know I look like a billboard, and I'll take all of this off in just 1 second, but I just kind of want to make you aware. If you really, really want to learn these techniques on a truly coaching basis, then come, I'll coach with you. Pass the Prop is exactly what I would created to help me coach with you guys. If you're interested in all of that, the links are in the description, or just email me at contact@bktraders.com, or just hit me up on Twitter at FXFlow, and I will give you all the information. Just, message me in any of those venues. I'll be happy to show you everything we got. Okay. So all of our partners, everything we do it for you. NASDAQ, hit the target. We're good. Gold is starting to get weak. Let's sell gold. Let's just sell gold again. Let's watch gold. 42 seconds. I gotta wait. I want the candle to hold up. I'm actually, I could sell gold, but I'm not going to. I'll tell you why. Here's my hesitation on gold, and this is a good trade, but not a great trade. Here's why. Look at the moving average. The moving average is pointing up, right? So it looks more like a consolidation than it looks like a sell. This is a neutral trade. It's neither fish nor fowl. It's kind of neutral. So let's hold off on this. In the meantime, NAS is actually legit buy. NAS is legit buy. Oh, I'm missing it. Sorry, I missed the trade. I forgot to leave my stop loss, and it just got a little. I want it to be over here. I want it to be at 12. It ran 10 points in front of us. So fine. It's another aspect of trading that, if I'm focusing on more than one instrument, sometimes I'll miss the trade. But NAS was a great trade here. Coming in at 12, you would have had quick 10, 15 points right then and there. Don't overtrade. Overtrading is what I do, my friend. Scott, this is what I trade. The reason why I overtrade is because my job today here is not to give you perfect trades, but to show you as many trading reps as possible, right? So again, this is very much do as I say, not as I do program, because I'm a person who believes that if you watch me do these things, you will have the courage to do it yourself. If I just talk about how I coulda, woulda, shoulda, and this would have been a perfect trade and blah, 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 then I'm really being a hypocrite, right? So absolutely I'm overtrading. Absolutely I'm taking marginal trades. Fuck me, look at this. Gold would have worked. I passed on this trade, but it's still legitimate. It was not quite the trade that I wanted. It's fine. I want to do as many trades as possible because I want you guys to understand that no trade is important. No trade is going to make or break you, and you want to have the courage to do them. Don't let the perfect be the enemy of the good is my motto. Okay? Although I should have taken it right then and there. God damn it. This was a perfect trade. If NASDAQ comes back to the entry price, would you take it? If it comes back to a buy point, we'll see. It's interesting because everything changes by the minute, right? Like what's happening right now. We had that rally. This was the sweet money trade. This was the sweet money trade, right? The higher low, this was the sweet money trade. Everything else now becomes problematic. Now we are back to negative flow, right? We're dumpster fire sales. NASDAQ is selling off the highs. Kind of actually, this is a little bit higher. I can't even say it's a little bit higher. It's pretty much the same. It's frankly neutral right now. We don't have a really clear indication if they are truly negative or just kind of consolidated. As a matter of fact, what I would say here is if NASDAQ comes back up above the moving average, I would not take that first trade. But if it comes back, dips below, and comes back to a higher moving average, I absolutely would. The key thing, I think, the pattern that I want you guys to see is it's not the first move, it's the second move, right? It's the move after the move that is the sweet money move. I always make, I'm always impulsive to want to make the first move, but it's always the second. It's the move after the move that is the real sweet money move. If you just contain yourself to that, you pretty much do a great job of winning, right? Even even over here, this was the short, right? It isn't the first move; it's the move after the move that would have gotten you, right? This would have been the great move over here to the short side. It's the move after the move over here that would have worked. This is microstructure. Thank you, Scott. Israel response imminent. That's another reason to be very, very mindful. If you guys see news flows, absolutely post up the news into the chat. I'd love to see the news flow that you guys have given me because I absolutely want to know what's going on over there. Oh wow, holy cow! It's 10:25 already. I'll hang with you till about 10:45 today. It's always it's always fun. This is my first time to doing Yahoo Live, doing YouTube Live. Hopefully, you guys can enjoy it. We will get smoother and better in everything that I do. But in the meantime, I hope you guys kind of enjoyed it. Wow, $5 pump in gold. So this must be the Israeli response, right? Because gold obviously is going to rally on any kind of. I mean, I don't. They're in a tough situation. Kind of do if you damned if you do, damned if you don't. If the response is too weak, the Iranians are going to just take a victory dance. If the response is too strong, everybody's going to be afraid that it's going to be World War III. I don't know. I wonder what they're going to do. So the pros and the cons of a 2-2 trade on gold, right? Let's talk about cons. The cons is that even if you're right, you get spiked out of trades a lot. In other words, because the gold is so spiky that $2, it can literally go 10 ticks in 1 second as they sweep the ladder, and so you may be correct on your direction, but wrong in your execution, right? The pros is that your risk is so tight that you can afford to be wrong a couple of times, because then if you're right a couple of times, you make it all back, and then if you're right 3 or 4 times, then you make it back and then some. It's just a matter of how you view risk. The other way to trade gold, which is a little bit more leisurely and perhaps more certainly more directional, is 4-4. You trade that with a 4-4. That gives you enough breathing room that if you're directionally correct, you should be able to kind of make the trade. Anyways, looks for right now, we know no news. We'll see what what happens next. NAS is retaking the 5, but it's actually like it's not a horrendous trade. What do we got there? 19 seconds. Let's see how it holds. I wonder if it's it was like algo selling off, and like here's the thing: if Israelis have a muted response and the market sees it as a relief, this thing is gonna rocket. So it almost feels like NAS wants to go higher, but right now I got no signals. You see me? I got no signals. I got nothing going on here. And as the lower it goes, the less reason I have for the trade, because now it's going to start making lower lows price wise. I have to wait for it to rebuild its buying bias. Right now, it's actually selling bias in the trade. JJ, you like it? Come on, man. This thing. Welcome to the Degenerate Traders Club. There's no market that we don't trade. There's no market that we don't love. I will be sharing much more sensible longer-term strategies with you guys. Don't worry. I shared with you the big strategy. We actually can review. Oh, you know what? All right, let's while the scalps are going on. So remember, I before we opened up, I showed you the bigs. How did the big do? Let's actually put ourselves onto the big chart. So this is a different indicator that I actually created again. Also, this is big 2.0 in well, obviously the Dow resolved. Dow was, remember I showed you the Dow trade was good. Let's take a look at how did the NASDAQ trade do. NASDAQ. Is this today? Wow, isn't that interesting? Holy cow. Oh no, this can't be right. Yeah, this can't be right. No. This is NASDAQ on wrong. This is wrong. Sorry, I always do this because we have to change the settings. This is NASDAQ. We got to do NQ settings. NASDAQ. There we go. Yeah, that makes sense. So NASDAQ, the big trade 9 o'clock, guys. Remember I said to you the move at 9 o'clock. Let me get rid of this, guys, or put it over here. So this is the big trade. Nothing more complicated than moving average crossovers. That's it, baby. I'm just trading momentum. 9 o'clock, sellers in the hole. We sell it. 83. I remember I told you 83 was a sell. We were looking for 60, whatever the friggin' it was. Target hit, right? Boom. So NASDAQ, Dow. And if you want, I'm sure the S&P did too. Let's do the S&P. Let me do the S&P over here because we have the S&P set up too. Where's my S&P? Oh, here's the ES. Okay, here's the S&P. S&P 25 ticks, $50 per contract, done too. Right. So the bigs all super simple. You don't need to be complex to be profitable. Super simple trades. All of them made money. I show them to you at the beginning of the day, as I will show them at the beginning of the day tomorrow, as I will show them to you at the beginning of every day. And then if we have a chance, we'll revisit them at the end of the day. So you can see all three trades, money. And earlier in the day, 3 o'clock in the morning, gold made money. All of this, by the way, totally programmable on my, if you're an MT5 trader, if you're a CFD trader, totally programmable on my MT5, which is all of the, again, goes back to what I wanted to show you. So if you, oh, where's my thing? If you decide to just, as I said to you, if you're a CFD, sorry, wrong one. I want to just give you the value so you guys understand it. If you're a CFD trader, this is, and I'm going to be doing, by the way, I'm going to be doing a webinar this Saturday, 7 o'clock in the morning for everybody in Europe and Australia, talking about this, how to make money on this one big trade with my programmable MT5 indicator. This is totally free for anybody who opens up an account with ACAP. So keep that in mind. The link is in the description. All right, let's go back to our final review of the scalps of the day. Leave the chart. Let's see what's going on over here. Okay, so kind of drifting lower. We definitely know bias in NASDAQ now. NAS is negative bias. Let's see what's happening in the in golds. Gold is holding bid, but it's it's at lower lows. So where would I be a buyer of gold? Well, if gold popped up, came back down, broke the moving average, but held the 79s, came back up again, I'm a buyer of gold. Then I'd be a buyer of gold. Okay, that would be my next trade. The two moving average on that chart is 100, 110. 100 for the long-term moving average, and the 10 and 10 in the other. Come back tomorrow. I'll tell you all my Kathy is teasing you guys. She just said ACAP is not available for US, but we may have a possible option for US traders. Ooh, I don't even know what that's about, but keep that in mind. So I loved it, guys. This was so much fun. I hope you guys had a great time. We're going to do the same thing tomorrow. We're going to make gold our primary money tree tomorrow. Gold was a money tree today also. You see, we made money to the short side. Did I make money to the long side? Did we trade long? No, we opened up. We sold it short, and then we bought it long. Yeah, we bought it long over here on the gold side. And then we recovered my dignity on NASDAQ by trading two proper long trades while being an idiot trying to buy bottoms over here. So don't be like Boris. Don't buy bottoms. buy the bottoms after the bottoms. The bottoms after the bottoms is where the money is at. There's still 6 hours or 5 hours worth of trading to go. You can go nuts. I'll be trading myself a little bit later, and I'll be trading with you guys all day long tomorrow. So come back and join me. Tell all your friends. This is where trades get done. No bullshit. No talking about, theory, psychology, metaphysics. We just do trading all day, every day. If you love that, come back and tell all your friends. I'd love to see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much. I'm out. Take a look at the links, guys. Everybody have a great day. I'll see you guys later.